Okay, so I want to share the following for large law firms consideration. I want to use this example of Accenture, right? So in the last couple of days, over the last several weeks, we've seen large law firms announce staff layoffs and lawyer layoffs, right? And they tend to get a lot of heat for them. There's lots of ways to read it, but generally it's not a good look, especially the way it's communicated to the market. It looks like basically law firms have mismanaged their talent. And so the easy thing to do is just cut staff. Well, look at this headline from March. Late March, Accenture basically said it's going to cut 19,000 jobs. Now, and all the big consulting firms were cutting jobs and all that kind of stuff in March. Yesterday, we see that Accenture basically is committing $3 billion on AI. And this is in line with what some other management consulting firms have committed. PwC invest 1 billion, EY 2.5 billion, Bain and Company have partnered with OpenAI, Deloitte's got stuff going, IBM's got stuff going, and all that kind of stuff. So really interesting that in 6, 7 weeks we've gone from cutting jobs to actually now saying $3 billion investment coupled with additional upskilling or new staff roles to total 80,000 AI focused staff. Now just stop there for a minute. Law firms, as you're right sizing your talent model, both on business and practice, that's great, fine. You've mismanaged your predictions for growth, specifically in corporate practices, but others, maybe you overhired. The talent market's been white hot in recent years, so maybe you just had to gobble up as much talent as you could and hope to get them to work, and that didn't work out. Okay, we can second guess that strategy all day long. That's not what this is about. This is about messaging, and this is about strategic decision making. So it's okay to cut staff. It's okay to cut law staff or lawyers as well. But don't be afraid to then couple that with a new strategy. When you basically say you're cutting people's jobs out and you're not saying, and this is what we're going to do going forward, it's a bad look. So here we have Accenture 6 weeks ago saying we're cutting. Now they're saying we're going to invest in a new area. We're not going to give those jobs back to the old people, but we're going to invest in the people we have and find new people. Very, very smart. The other thing I want to talk about Accenture that just came out, this was on this morning, is listen what the CEO has to say. This should be also not a wake-up call, that's perhaps too dramatic, but very interesting to hear what kind of work they're doing, because this is totally work that the global law firms could be doing through ancillary services, consulting work, or even through straight up traditional practice advisement. Here we go.
And then we're building solutions to help our clients in a repeatable way use it. So if you just think about what we're doing today with the Spanish Ministry of Justice, where we're helping them access cases and facts that they couldn't access before using generative AI. That's a repeatable use case for many, many different industries and government enterprises. And we're investing to create these solutions so that companies can and governments can use them faster, right, and really get the value.
Directly in our space, working directly with a country's judicial system on ingesting case law, procedure, forms, and all that. So not to say that that's your core practice or business focus law firms, but Accenture's in your space. There's no reason why you can't be pointing your generative AI strategy, thinking, talent, lawyers at spaces similar to that. It's already been happening. Accenture's already in play. So hopefully this gives you some insight. It gives you some ideas. Obviously, you have any questions on generative AI and the use of business models in law firms, I eat this stuff up, and just there was some aligning factors that just brought this together. So I wanted to put this video together.